All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing our next set of notes. This is going to be for concentration in our solutions unit. We've got vocabulary words and then percent mass and percent by volume. So, number one was the notes on molarity last week. So now we've got vocabulary. Vocabulary terms. So the first one I'd like you to put down is saturated solution. I'll zoom in here. Saturated solution. So, saturated solution. It's a liquid holding its maximum amount of solute. And if you're not sure what solute is, then you need to put that's the solid. So, saturated solution. A liquid holding its maximum amount of solute. And in parentheses over here, I put off to the side, this is where there's no more dissolving happening. And I think with a little container of salt that you have right now, I had you put 40 grams of salt in here. And I had you put 100 grams of water. And right now, I think you've all got a little bit of salt sitting down at the bottom. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe a lot of it, okay? So this solution that you have there that is now said to be a saturated solution. You cannot put any more salt in there. Anything you put in goes down. How many of you have experienced the situation where you have your cereal in the morning, you know, and maybe you put your milk in and you put like 3 spoonfuls of sugar in there, and then like you just mix it up, and then as you're eating, you get like a little bit of sugar in every spoonful? Okay, you've got a saturated milk sugar solution there, okay? No, Ray, as you get older, you stop doing that because
it's really bad for you, but it's awesome. Wait, is it?
Now, so now the opposite of that is going to be an unsaturated solution. An unsaturated solution. That is going to be a liquid that can hold more solute, or it can hold or dissolve more solute. When I first had you pour your salt into your 100 grams of water, I asked you to pour about half of it. I asked you to put about 20 grams in there. And those of you that did that, I think you found that it all dissolved, didn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much dissolved, okay. Because at that point, when we only had 20 grams of salt in there, you had an unsaturated solution. The water could still hold more of the solution. Of the solute. The water could still hold a little bit more. So that's called unsaturated solution. Okay, can I go on to the next one? We're good there? So the next one is going to be super saturation. Okay, we'll do the Superman S here if you like. Okay, we can do that. Okay, super saturated. Okay, I didn't do it very well. So, super saturated. Super saturated solution. They're rare. You have to work at them very carefully, and I'll give you an example. And then in class next time I'll have something for you. But a super saturated solution is when a solvent holds more solute than its normal solubility allows. What does it mean? You've got more stuff dissolved in it than it can actually hold. It would be kind of like you've got a car tire on your car that says it can hold 40 psi of pressure, and you decide to ramp in 50 psi. What's going to tend to happen? You know, at first it'll boom, it'll blow up. So solutions can do that too. It is possible to prepare some solutions. You put more chemical into them than they can really hold. Usually they have to be hot when you do it. And then as you cool it, you gently cool it. Then you gently cool. You don't have to write this down. I'm just kind of talking to you. So, a supersaturated solution, very rare, when a solvent holds more solute than its normal solubility. Okay, its ability to dissolve stuff. And a lot of times, I used to do a lab when my first year teaching, and only about 1 in 10 would work. We would get supersaturated sugar. We'd have it really hot. We'd put it in a test tube. And then we'd cool it. We'd set it aside. And you couldn't mess with it. And the problem was my 8th graders couldn't not mess with it. And if you would set it aside and let it cool, Then if you came over and stuck a stirring rod in it and tapped it, it would just begin to crystallize. Crystals would just begin to fall magically out as it cooled. But they couldn't handle that. Now, I am going to stop the recording here, and I'm going to show you a video. If you are watching this at home, go to my website. You want to go on my home page, and you want to go down to where it says, bottom right corner, hot ice. So, let me hit stop.